Okay, let's talk about decluttering some primers. I have a ton of primers here. I just filmed my declutter of my BB and CC creams. I will link all of these declutter videos in the description box. I'm having so much fun with this. I wanted to film the BB, CC, and primers in one day and just split it up in 2 videos because honestly, a lot of times I use BB and CC creams as a primer. So I wanted to go ahead and film this primer video too so I can get that drawer clear. How cute is this box that I keep it in? This is a Numi curling wand box and I keep it to store my primers in. So let's go ahead and get started. I have so many primers, you guys. It's ridiculous. So let's go ahead and start out with this one. This is probably my newest purchase. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I don't like this as a primer. I love this as a refreshing spray to kind of freshen up your makeup. And I also love it as a setting spray. So although sometimes I spray it on before I start my makeup because it's refreshing, I don't use it as a standalone primer. So yes, I'm going to definitely keep this, and you can see I have used it, but it's not my favorite for the intended purpose of a primer. By the way, if you are new to my channel, I didn't mean to kind of jump right in and get started, but I'm doing this declutter series because I have way too much makeup and it's disgusting to me. So I'm going to clean out my makeup and kind of declutter, and then at the end of this series I am going to do a updated makeup collection because those are my favorite videos to watch on YouTube and it's the #1 most requested video on my channel to date. So I want to kind of clean out, get rid of stuff that's expired, show some love to some stuff that I haven't been using, and that's why I'm doing this. A lot of people ask me, like, what do I do with all this makeup? I have 2 sisters that love makeup. I have 2 moms that love makeup. I have 4 grandmothers that love makeup, and I have tons of makeup friends. So if it can be sanitized, I sanitize it and give it to friends or family. If not, I go ahead and trash it. Because if it can't be sanitized, it can't be used by anyone else. And it's probably getting on the verge of being expired anyway, so I just throw it away. So that is what I do. Okay, so let's dig in here. There's so many things I want to talk about. And I don't know how many of these I'm going to declutter because I love primers. But this is definitely one of my favorite primers. It's a Too Faced Hangover Rx. It is amazing. If you have bigger pores, you will definitely have to use a secondary primer where your pores are concentrated. But this is great whenever your face is dehydrated or you are going to use a matte foundation, but you want to kind of give your skin some moisture before you put on a matte foundation. This is amazing. I love that it comes with a pump. I'm actually almost done with this. This is one of my go-to primers for sure. And then another go-to is what I use these 2 in combination together. I put this kind of on my cheeks, and then I put the Smashbox one really centered in my face where my pores are big. This is the Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. If you look in any of my description boxes, I always list like what makeup I'm wearing, and the majority of the time I'm wearing this primer just because I love it so much. I feel like it's the best pore filling primer on the market. And the next one that I think is very close to that is the Benefit Porefessional. This was my holy grail pore filling primer for like 2 years, and until they came out with the Smashbox one, but they're very comparable, to be honest. The Porefessional, sometimes if my skin is not hydrated well, it can kind of pill up and make my foundation look funny. The trick to these pore filling primers is that you have to press them in and then blend a little bit. You can't just like put it all over your face, or that doesn't work for me. So I would recommend either one of these. I like the Smashbox a little bit better, but if pores are your issue, give one of these a shot for sure. P.S. I'm not going in any specific order. I'm just grabbing out of this box. The next one is the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. This is amazing in the winter when your skin is really dull looking, or if you do have dry skin, give this one a shot. Cover FX has some fabulous ingredients in their products, so I definitely recommend them. They're a great brand, and I do love this primer. So Yep, digging that one. Another one that's kind of comparable, to be honest, is the MAC Strobe Cream. And you wouldn't, this is almost gone. This is like the never-ending primer, seriously. You wouldn't think to use this as a primer. It just almost looks like a lotion, but it gives the most beautiful glow and sheen to your skin. If you have dry skin, I would definitely recommend this. You can get this small size for, I think, 10 bucks over in the travel section of the MAC store, and it's definitely worth a shot because I'm telling you guys, this little travel size has lasted me a lifetime. Seriously, you can use this as your moisturizer or as a primer, or use it as both. And then the next one, let's talk about this. This is a Spackle Neutralizer Color Correcting Under Makeup Primer by Laura Geller. I don't love this, to be honest. It comes out orange, so it's supposed to correct some discoloration of your skin. It's almost like a lotion consistency. It does kind of give you a dewy-like finish to your foundation. I think I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to use this a couple more times. I'm going to give myself 3 days. If I use it for 3 days and I love it, I'll keep it. If I use it for 3 days and I'm still on the fence, I'm going to pass this to my sister. And then the next one is a Illuminating Primer by Smashbox. This is another one like the Cover FX one. I prefer the Cover FX one over the Smashbox one. I don't know why I prefer it over. This one is another one that has like that orange tint to it. It's a little bit thicker, and it just kind of, my makeup kind of sits funny on this primer for some reason. So it kind of looks wonky. It might be expired. I'm going to get rid of it. And then the next one is the Baby Skin by Maybelline, which I love this product. I really do. It's an instant pore eraser. I don't think it makes your pores vanish like the Porefessional or the Smashbox pore filling primer, but it does kind of blur out your foundation. You know what this reminds me of? Not your foundation, your pores and your imperfections in your face. This reminds me of the new Murad Invisiblur, which I have talked about in my favorites videos. I actually love that product, and the consistency and the feeling and the effect of that is just like this Baby Skin, although the Murad one has lots of good skincare and SPF and all that in it. So I do prefer the Murad, but if you're on a budget, I think this is under $10, and it does kind of blur your imperfections. It doesn't erase the pores though, like it says. I am going to keep it though. I do like that product. The next one, this is my favorite, hands down, drugstore primer, period. It's the L'Oreal Revitalift Miracle Blur. It definitely smooths your skin. If you had to pick between this one and the Baby Skin, I would go with this one. This is like, it's a white, it's kind of like a, it's a thicker consistency, but it really, even on days when you're not wearing makeup, it really blurs out your imperfections. It kind of, like it says, it's an instant skin smoother. You can wear this alone when you're not wearing makeup because it does have SPF 30 in it, which I love. It definitely erases like the lines, and it fills in pores pretty good. Definitely recommend this one. This is kind of more on the higher side, or the higher price of drugstore primers, but it's definitely worth it. And then this is another great drugstore one. I'm not getting rid of much here, but I love this Boots No. 7 Beautifully Matte Makeup Base. This is, you can get Boots No. 7 in the States. You can get it at Target. This is great if you're oily skin. It's honestly, it's the best mattifying primer that they have at the drugstore, in my opinion, for oily skin. So if you are oily and you need a matte primer, definitely try out this one. Keeping that faux show. Okay, the next one is a Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. This was a sample. I don't know. Because I'm getting rid of this Illuminating one by Smashbox, I think I'm going to keep the Laura Mercier one. I don't even know if this has been open. Yeah, let me see. Y'all, this is hard to declutter because I'm getting down to the bottom of this box and I'm like, I haven't used this. I need to use that. That's really pretty. So I'm going to make myself use this. Gosh, this is hard. This is harder than you think. The next one is a Mirabella Prime for face and eyes. I liked this. I got this in a subscription service. I'm not in love with it. It's just kind of a run-of-the-mill basic primer. I feel like it would work for dry and oily skin. I am going to pass on this though. I think my sister would definitely use that. That would be good for her. The next one is a Makeup Forever High Definition Primer. It's a little deluxe size sample and it has a pump. Oh, I forgot this has a pump. Yeah, I'm probably like halfway done with this, so I'm going to keep it and use it up. And then the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Oh, this is like empty essentially. Yep, it's completely empty. I'm going to put this in my empties. I don't know why that's still in there. Okay, this is amazing. I don't hear enough people talk about this. This is from Illuminating, and it's called the Hydra Veil. If you're super dry skin in the winter, you will love this. It is a gel-like formula, and I'm about halfway done with it. It comes with this little spatula so you can get the product out. It's amazing. It is so hydrating in the winter months. This I use almost every single day in the winter. The next primer I'm almost done with. I probably have just like, I don't know, a quarter left. It's the Tart Flawless Clean Slate 12-Hour Brightening Primer, which I love this. This is just staple for me. It's one that I always fall back on. It doesn't hide your pores, but it brightens your skin and it looks beautiful. And then this one is kind of like that. It's the That Gal Brightening Face Primer. It's a sample. I don't know that I've ever even, oh, it looks like it's open. But because it's so close to this Tarte one, these are super comparable because they're both that brightening type primer. I'm going to get rid of this sample. I'm going to give this one to my sister. I have tons of samples down here. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I used this about a week. The first couple days I felt like it hydrated under my eyes and kind of primed for concealer, but after like 2 or 3 days I couldn't see it doing anything, so I'm going to pass on that. This is the Pro Prime Pore Refining Primer by NARS. I've never opened this. This is a super small sample. I'm going to give that to my sister. And the next one that is a sample is the Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is just their original foundation primer. I think I'm going to go ahead and pass on this too. And then I love this Napoleon Autopilot Pre-Foundation Skin Primer. If you have dry skin, this is another really, really great one to kind of brighten up your face. I used this for a good 3 weeks and this is all I ever reached for, and then I haven't reached for it again. So I'm going to definitely put this out and use this a little bit more. And then the very last primer is actually by Gleam by Melanie Mills. It's a body radiance and this is super cool. It's in the color light gold, which whenever I put it on my face, you're going to be, or on my hand, you're going to be like, girl, you wear that as a primer. But it's super cool because it just gives you a really beautiful bronzy look before you put your foundation on. It's beautiful in the summer. So I'm keeping that for sure. So let's count the primers. Okay, so I decided to keep 14 primers. Plus this one, I'm going to use it for the next week or so and see if I can get some good use out of it. So that's 15, way too many for one person. A couple of them are almost gone though. And then I'm getting rid of 2 full-size primers. Those have barely been used. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the deluxe size samples. So technically I'm getting rid of 6 primers, which I think is okay. And that is it for this declutter. As always, let me know in the comments below what your favorite primer is. If I'm missing something, if I haven't tried anything fabulous, let me know. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye.